Okay, so part of the learning that I've been doing ever since October 7th is reading Breaking the Silence. This is a organization that talks to current and former Israeli IDF soldiers, terrorists, and asks them to, and listens to them as they kind of give an unabashed, behind the curtain look at what they're doing when they are serving in this army and they're in the occupied territories. This one is called the battalion commander gave an order to shoot at people trying to recover the bodies. Now, this is something that we've seen tons of video of, okay? Where a person will be injured or shot by an IDF terrorist, and then their family or neighbors or community members or sometimes even ambulance members try to come and help that person, and then they get shot. One of the most famous examples of this is Hind Rajab. That phone call will haunt me till the end of my days. That little girl sitting in a car full of the bodies, the deceased bodies of her family members who had been picked off one by one by IDF snipers. And she's sitting in there with rotting bodies, praying, begging, pleading for the Red Cross to come and save her. And you hear a woman on the phone, her voice is trembling as she's talking to Hind Rajab, trying to calm her down, trying to read the Quran with her, trying to do anything to make the last moments of this girl's life less horrific. Because what she knows, the woman, is that Red Cross members are trying to get to Hind. They are literally going there, trying to get to that car where she's at and getting murdered. The even more sickening part about this is that they're calling the Israelis and saying, hey, there's a car right over there and I need to get to it. Can you give me clearance to go? I'll go in a marked car so you know it's not Hamas, and let me go and help a little girl that's trapped in there. And Israel will be like, yeah, I'm giving you the all clear. And then they go there, boom, they're killed. Hind Rajab is there having to listen to her rescuers get gunned down while she's just sitting in a stew of decomposing bodies. It is one of the most horrific stories that has come out of this whole genocide. Anyhow, I read this excerpt from Breaking the Silence, and this is from 2002, y'all. This is not new. 2002. This is more than 20 years old. So let's hear about the most moral army in the world. There's something else. Shooting at people trying to recover bodies. I definitely remember that in Nablus. It was on the main road. They killed two armed men. They identified two armed men in Nablus towards the end of the operation. They killed them and then shot at the people who came to recover them. That was the instruction? I was with the battalion commander there. The battalion commander is now a colonel. What's his name? They don't mention the name. He definitely gave the order to shoot at the people who came to rescue the bodies. Were they armed, the people rescuing the bodies? I don't think they were, but I'm not sure. Did they endanger anyone? They didn't endanger anyone, but in general, the order is to shoot at anyone armed. Like, anyone armed was to be killed? Yes. So it seemed reasonable to me. You don't know if they were armed? I don't remember. I don't remember whether they were armed or not. But I definitely remember that the people came to recover the bodies and they fired on them. At that time, it didn't seem so terrible to me. Today, it seems I understood that it's also a logical procedure. You leave the bodies in the field. They told me that they did that a lot in Lebanon. You leave a body in the field and you wait until they come to recover it so you can shoot at them. It's like you're setting up an ambush around the body. But those are the things I heard about in Lebanon. So it happened here too. I remember something shocking there. It's like it's gotten to the point of contempt for human life. We got an order on the radio telling us how to get to the head of a breach. So we get it. And it's, you cross this tunnel, it opens to a road, you turn left, and then at the end you turn right. And then it's like really someone marked the direction you go with arrows because those are places where they met and split and whatever. And every company had its own arrow, and then someone comes across and then makes an arrow. What about the guys who were shot recovering the bodies? Did someone then go kill them? Yes, we verified the killings. If it's a body that's been lying in the field for a long time, then probably not. But even after they fired, they shoot to kill. And it's really a problem. We're in Nablus. We're in Nablus again. After you kill someone, he's already lying on the ground. You shoot through the scope to take him down for certain. And the guys who went to recover the bodies who you shot at, did you verify their deaths? I think so. It was a procedure. You weren't in that situation? I didn't see it. I was in the same room as the guy doing the shooting, but I didn't. You didn't bother going to the window? You didn't bother going to the window. You try to stay low if you don't have to. So in this interview, a soldier is describing a procedure, okay? Not a one-off. This is how it's done. This is procedure, okay? It's an army. You get a person, you see a person, you think, oh, maybe they're holding something. Maybe it might be a gun. And that's not conjecture on my part. I've read a lot of these friggin' interviews, okay? They don't have to confirm that what you're holding is a gun. It's just if you're holding something and it might be dangerous, that's enough for them to call it a weapon and to call you a terrorist. So they shoot you. You get injured, you're lying on the floor, maybe you bleed out, but if you don't, they will light you up as many times as it takes from their scope, from the room that they're in, to make sure that you're dead. And then they wait. They wait because they know that Palestinians will not allow their loved ones to just lay on the floor and bleed out for the crows to come and peck at them. They come and they try to collect your body to give you a proper burial and funeral. And when people do that, the same sniper who killed the first person will shoot everyone who comes to save them. That's psychotic. That is some psychotic shit. And this is not just some one-off Dexter who was in the army who just wanted to do this. This is how it's done. This is how they do it. So when we've seen those bodies and the people trying to get them during this conflict, just know they've been doing this since the beginning. This is over 20 years old. And remember, this information is public. Everybody can read this if they want to. Just Google Breaking the Silence IDF and that website, breakingthesilence.org, will come right up. And you can read about everything that they've been doing, that they're willing to confess to. Yet our leaders and Israel just goes on TV, and this just goes to show the power of repetition, right? The most moral army in the world, the most moral army in the world, the most moral army in the world. They're crying behind the scope and no, they're not. No, they are not. It is a game to them. They love it. They love shooting Palestinians. They don't see them as human because that indoctrination starts at a very young age. Holy shit. More of this to come. Please subscribe to help us get to 1,000 subscribers so we can continue to bring you this content. I'm going to pick out some more of these stories to highlight what exactly the IDF is really like. Away from the propaganda, away from all the lies, away from all the hasbara, which is the Hebrew word for propaganda. We're going to bring you the truth of what these motherfuckers are doing. And whatever you think, however bad you think it is, trust me, it's worse. Bread in captivity, out.